Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. So I decided that I needed to fertilize. I have not fertilized probably in a month. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that date. Also, if you have not seen my vlogmas for today, then you don't know that I'm not feeling well. And so that's hence the voice. But I still wanted to get my videos out today. And so I wanted to give you a really quick update on the quail. This video was supposed to be like me out in the garden and doing some of my fall or winter stuff, but I can't because it's been raining. So I'm gonna give you an update on the quail, and then we're gonna talk about some quick wins that you can have inside your house during the cold winter months. So if you've been here for a little while, then you know that I tried to integrate my new quail with my old quail, and that did not work out. I have two quail outside. I don't even know how old they are at this point, old enough to lay. And then I have three quail that hatched out of our last hatching, but now my quail are no longer laying. And so I did not order eggs just yet. I really want to make sure I can get the humidity right, because it doesn't matter where the eggs come from. If you don't have the temperature and the humidity right, then the eggs still aren't gonna hatch. But let me show you the quail. So I've done a little bit of research. But also, just to show you all, feisty little animal. They have healed, if we're honest. So if you remember a lot of them biting or beating, this one's nose still looks a little odd. I believe that's kind of how it healed. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm very new to raising quail. And so I did a little bit of research, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that this is a girl because she has the color on the front of her. And I'm gonna show you which one I think is a boy. 1 second. And this is the other one that I think is a boy because there is no color on his chest. Do you see him pecking me? So someone left me a message. They were like, that's two girls and a boy, male and a female. And so I'm pretty sure that because his chest is just plain, that this is a male. But you can also see he's very much healed. And then we have this little one who has the color on her chest. And she's also very much healed. So very happy for that. If you're new here, I do plan to process them for food. However, I want to get a good group for laying that I can keep for laying. So that's an update on the quail. So let's talk about some quick wins that you can get in the fall, in the winter, to have fresh eating. Tonight, I am going to sow some seeds for microgreens. And so what are microgreens? If we're honest, it's literally just the sprout from a seed. Like it does not get a lot of space because when you grow microgreens, you seed them very heavily. And so you have a bunch of seeds that start to grow, but they have no room to like really grow. So you get just like the skinny seed sprout. So it's a skinny seedling, if you will. And so I grow these for myself. I like to eat microgreens, but I also grow them for the chickens in the cold months, because if you have chickens or if you like read about chickens, then you know that the food that they have during the day is what they store at night to keep warm. And so I grow these for them, and I also grow these for me. They're a very quick maturing crop because you're not waiting for a whole plant to grow. You just want to get essentially the sprout. And so that's one of the things that you can do inside right now. So try out some microgreens and also go ahead and hang out with me while I start these. So you're probably wondering, like, what seeds are good for me to use to start microgreens? So I will tell you what I'm going to use to start microgreens. These are not the only seeds that you can use, but I'm going to tell you which ones I use, or I'm going to use tonight anyway. A curly kale. I got those from my local feed and seed store. A curly cress. Someone gave this to me that I used to work with, but I haven't grown them, and so I'm gonna go ahead and just use them as microgreens. Arugula, like, I don't like a full arugula leaf. It is way too bitter for me. Although I had arugula before, and it was with like apple and something else. It was absolutely delicious, but I haven't myself figured that out, and so I don't eat arugula leaves like a whole leaf. I just don't do it. And then I have a flat Dutch cabbage. I've had these seeds since I started gardening, so I'm gonna go ahead and use those up this evening. I have a salad bowl mix from M.I. Gardener. I'm actually gonna throw that in with the arugula. I just didn't use them. And then sunflowers. You can also grow microgreens with pea seeds, broccoli seeds. Like if it's a leafy green or if it's a plant that you can eat the whole plant, you can grow microgreens from it. Like if it's a flower, like I wouldn't grow microgreens out of a nasturtium. Although nasturtiums are edible, it just wouldn't be like a microgreen to me. So I wouldn't, I'm not saying that you can't. But you know, do a little bit of research. Those are the ones I'm gonna start tonight. So microgreens are pretty simple to start. It's kind of just like starting any other seed. And I use these old fruit trays that I got from the store. And so they already have holes and ventilation in them. And they also kind of have a built-in dome, humidity dome, that will hold the humidity in on the plants. I grabbed some compost from outside, and so I'm gonna start these in my homemade compost from outside. I did not sift it. I hope that does not become a problem for me, but we're gonna try it either way because I don't have any bag soil here. So the other thing I use are these shop lights. This is what I use once they come up out of the ground and they germinate, well, out of the compost and they germinate. I use a shop light as my grow light. I use shop lights as my grow lights regardless of what I'm growing and what I'm growing it for. So that's just in general. We're gonna start by putting some of our compost into the tray. Oh my goodness, you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to take my seeds. So the first one I'm doing is sunflower seeds, and I'll come in a little bit closer for you. And I'm just gonna sprinkle them right over top of the soil. I'm mixing this because they're all sunflower seeds. Then I'm gonna push them down to make sure I have good contact with the soil. And so just like that, I have planted seeds that will turn into microgreens. So now I'm gonna take these down into the seed starter station, which is downstairs where the quail are. However, problem with that is I have herbs. I was letting them dry, so I have to get those up. And those are my loofah. I'm gonna let them dry. This is one that started molding. I need to throw it out. Or not throw it out. I need to put it into the compost pile. But yeah, this is where I would start the seeds. I would clip the lights up here, and then that's where they will grow until I'm ready to eat them. But of course, I will give you a update on these so you can see just how quickly they will grow. We should probably be eating microgreens within the next 12 to 14 days. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye.